Hey Legionnaires, Omegon Edge here and welcome back to another video. Today we take a look at Skaventide, the new box set from Games Workshop. With the launch of their new version of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, let's descend into the realms of magic and see what this tomb has to offer. So, Skaventide, the launch box set for the new edition of Age of Sigmar. I count myself very blessed to be able to get sent things from Games Workshop. That doesn't mean that they control what I say though, so my thoughts and my opinions are totally my own. I've never really considered AOS until now, and I've always been much more of an honourable Alpha Legion player. But it's a new edition, so I thought, why not give it a try? Now there's a large variety of different models in the box. From cunning clan rats of the backstabbing Skaven to the mighty and majestic sons and daughters of Sigmar's chosen of the Stormcast Eternals. The models are really beautiful and I'm honestly quite surprised by the quality found inside the box. There's so much to choose from, and I'm not really into Skaven or Stormcast. I likely won't be making an army from this set, but I absolutely will be painting up several characters over on my Patreon. Speaking of Patreon, special thanks to all of you who support me over on the channel. I likely wouldn't be able to continue with my hobby without you, so I'm really grateful for all you do and contribute to. Oil painting is super fun and I'm glad we're all learning so much together. If you're interested in learning how I paint miniatures in this box, then don't hesitate to sign up, it's free to join. Now, let's take a look at some of the books included in the box. There's two sets of books in this set. The first book is the Core Rules, which contains all the lore and background that you'll need to have context to understand the mortal realms themselves. I'll absolutely be doing a Lizardmen army. Their stupid faces absolutely make me laugh, and I need the force of these angry geckos. The artwork is of course really beautiful and there's a huge variety included this time around. There's maps and explanations of all the factions. Quite interesting actually to find that the Skaven are now considered forces of chaos. And that's a pretty big change from what I remember from Warhammer Fantasy. I'm pretty sure there were only 4 back then, unless you include Malice of course, but I'm pretty sure he's in 40k too. We also have Spearhead, which is supposed to be a sort of combat patrol, fast-paced version of the full game. This edition is called Jade and Fire, which is symbolic of the Jade runes of the Skaven. As I don't really have a lot of time to game, this will probably be my go-to alongside all of my friends at work. Now, onto the kits themselves. For the purpose of tutorials over on my Patreon, I'll be painting up the Greyseer, the Skaven Engineer, as well as some of the Stormcast, the Wingmandem, the Double Axe Dude, and my favourite model in the entire box, Big Axeman. Now, onto the more difficult part. These models have a lot of gaps, and although they do fit nicely together, they're not push fit. Mainly they sit somewhere in between push fits kits and posable models. There's a lot of variety on these kits, which is nice if you plan to make them a little bit different. This is a problem though. I do think that there's actually a lot of areas to clean, and some of that actually runs over detail areas. So you either need to cut it away with a knife, being really careful not to ruin that detail, and just make sure that you have sharp tools. There's a good variety of cloth, hard armor and textures to push yourself if you're into painting like me. I really think that recently there's been an increase in detail across all of the new AOS models. I think there's a push to encourage customers to utilise the full range of paints that EW produces. Not in a malicious way, but if you want to use contrast paints for example, I imagine you have an easier time getting these models done really quickly. If, like me, you use oils though, you'll have the advantage of extra drying time and the versatility to add more details and texture as you progress, which is pretty much what I'll be doing. Now, at the time of making this video, I haven't painted every model and I'm still working my way through other projects, but just seeing the work of other painters has really got me excited to crack on. Having an airbrush definitely helps, especially if you want things to be done quickly, so definitely invest in that if you can. Otherwise, a spray can and a quick wash will help you speed through these models if that's what you're needing. If you are someone who likes to spend a bit more time on the models though, the characters are definitely where it's at, with several Golden Demon candidates included in the box. The Skaven are also really well done. They're so full of character and they have a lot going on, even though I've actually found them quite easy to paint, and I didn't feel myself getting bogged down with the relentless detail you may come across with other miniatures from GW. The Cities of Sigmar models, for example, are really gorgeous, but they also require a lot of work and patience if you want to do them justice. Now, by contrast, apart from the characters, the Stormcast Eternals in this box set are definitely easier models to paint. They don't really have too much difference in texture, but with the addition of the Squires, or whatever they're called, they're pretty dope and they're good for offering something I've not really seen across the Stormcast range before. I feel like the Lion has had a word with Sigmar because I'm definitely getting some Dark Angel vibes here. These models are easier and more forgiving to paint, so if you're someone who wants to learn and try something a bit more familiar from like SpaceMarines for example, I'd give these a go. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a fan of AOS. The system definitely has the best model designers working on it in my opinion, and it shows because I almost feel like each model is designed to be a hero character, and rather than just a sponge to be taken onto the table and removed. That's just my 2 cents though. I've enjoyed browsing through all the possibilities and I'm definitely going to give them all a try if I get a chance. Now, I think I've been rambling long enough, so if you've enjoyed this video, please let me know. If you're into Age of Sigmar, of course, collect this box, and I just want to give you guys a new challenge, so if that's what you're into, be sure to pick up the models individually, if and when they could become available. I hope you found this video really helpful and I hope you found it interesting to listen to. Please be sure to like and subscribe and just send me a message if you have any feedback. I think the last time I did this was on the Horus Heresy box set for the new Mark III Marines, so if you're interested in the Horus Heresy, be sure to check that out too. I'll see you guys soon and take care. And if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel, there should be a link in the bio to my Patreon. Thank you to all my loyal patrons, you make this possible. Bye for now.